everybody, and welcome to 29th, no, sorry, 27th. I'm pushing it a little bit. The 27th of December. Not a whole lot of time left. For this year or this month. Well, today we're going to cover birthday for today. Whoa, wow, a little bit too much echo there. Sorry about that. We're going to work on birthdays today, and we're going to talk about what your stone is and what your astrological design is meant to be. Welcome, and I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. I'm looking forward to a Happy New Year. Things always change. Things are always up and down. I just got a phone call. My older brother, half brother, but my brother up in Louisiana was just rushed to the hospital. We pray for you, oldest. Get well. Apparently, his blood pressure has dropped, and his oxygen level, of course, not blood pressure, but his heart rate. And that's what happened to me back in September when I wound up getting a pacemaker. So I pray and ask all of you to pray for my brother Otis, that they get him to the hospital in time to realize he's going to need a pacemaker. There's no doubt about it. I want to welcome each and everybody that's here this morning or this afternoon with me. I have to mark these things here or it'll keep flashing at me. I asked that you let me know if you can hear me or not. The last time I was trying to get on here, it was not cooperating with me. I understand that some people couldn't hear me, and I hope we can overcome that. So welcome to each and everybody here today. Sorry about that. I had to get that set up, or people wouldn't be able to come into the audience. And those of you on YouTube, I keep touching the screen. I forget that this is not a touch screen. And welcome. And here we go. Well, welcome. Like I said, I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. And I ask that you join in a prayer for my brother up in Louisiana. He's being rushed to the hospital. We're not quite sure what the situation is yet, but it looks like oxygen level is dropped and heart rate has dropped and bottomed out. And that's what happened to me back in September. I wound up getting a pacemaker. So I told my niece to pray and hopefully that they'll realize that perhaps he needs a pacemaker and they do something about it. Welcome each and every one of you. I'm going to bring this down so we can be a little bit better in there. I invite you, if you'd like me to give you a quick reading, answer a question, if there's something on your mind, I'll be glad to answer you. Now, if you come in on YouTube, understand that I'm not one of these speed typers, so if you ask me a question, expect me to answer you right back on the screen. If you don't want me to do that, then send me your email, and I'll email you back an answer to your question. I want to say hi to my friends in, my God, my mind went blank. In the Philippines. Hello, hello. Ira. Hello and Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year. Welcome. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me on Facebook? The other day they couldn't hear me. Let me know, please. And here we are. We're going to get started. Applaud all of you that have come in and become part of the audience. I appreciate it, so I applaud you. I applaud for you, my guests, my followers. It's great to see you. Christmas has now come and gone for part of it. Hi, Ira. Can you hear me over there? Is my voice coming through on Facebook? It wasn't coming through the other day. Awesome, awesome. Too much echo, by the way? I like the echo because it lets me know that my voice is being picked up. Need to figure out how to get you online with me here and be part of my audience. But if you have a question or something, feel free to jump in and be part of it. I've invited some other guests, but I've not seen them come aboard yet, but hopefully they will. I do have birthdays today to go over. But for those of you that are Capricorn, I don't know, this is your sign. That's kind of pretty. I like that one more than any of them. There's some out there that are just run of the mill, really. That one is awesome. If today's your birthday, which you are Capricorn, Capricorn's quite interesting. The modern or the mountain goat is basically what it is. Mountain goat has no master. He will go anywhere. If you've ever seen him on a cliff, no echo. Thank you, Ira. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I hope you got any and everything you wanted for Christmas. To me, the biggest thing is that I have my family around and my friends. You're a Capricorn. Well, look at there. Did you see your goat? That's a pretty one. I like that one. Let me show it again. There you go. This is the Capricorn goat. It's one conception of I mean, not conception, but one rendition of what he looks like. When I had my website, I actually had a mountain goat on there climbing out the side of a hill. You like that, huh? I'll text it to you. Do things with it. It's cool. Capricorn, when was your birthday, Ira? Today being the 27th. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. In fact, I'll probably go ahead and do that first before I do a story. I'm going to try to keep it within an hour or less. But yes, would you like to? Oh, January the 7th? Well, it's a little early to go, but what I'm going to go over about Capricorn includes you, so don't go away. Um, for the biggest part, okay, for the biggest part, Capricorn, of course, is the mountain goat. The horn of plenty is what Capricordia means. And cornucopia means horn of plenty. Uh, the nature is God. You know. I'll stay here. Great. Uh, there are those that say that the Capricorn turned into the devil. In certain religions, I don't believe that. Moose is bringing the word of the law from a high and from other unicorns. But we'll move on from that. The goat is connected with a sensational, lustful tendencies. But there, yeah, I don't believe that either. Uh, let's see here. They are mostly known, and it comes in as Capricorn is very much into the sexual part of their life and into love. Always warmly exhibited by a Capricorn in the way they dress, the way they carry themselves, the way they talk. And sometimes they don't even know it, but they are coming through as what they are. Now, Sagittarius creates values. Sagittarius creates values. Capricorn crystallizes them. In other words, whatever Sagittarius did prior, then Capricorn comes along and just crystallizes it. And it is the collective experience of what is relatively good, better, best, or the physical plane of the Capricorn. Capricorn as well, relative to Sagittarius, also connected to Aquarius. Sometimes there is progress when they're together, and sometimes nothing gets done. We have to be careful there. There are several versions of what a Capricorn is. However, the Capricorn's planet, or its element, is the Earth. Its Terra meaning or Terra connection is the cardinal sign. It embodies the idea of universal perfection in matter and in nature. That is the paradox of Capricorn. How can physical matter be perfect or perfected? One way to tell is a gemstone. Gemstone is real. It's to look for exclusive imperfection. Sometimes they're not perfect. So you always want to look for the small flaws. And that's what Capricorn does. It looks for anything that's not quite right and tries to make it better. For no natural stone is entirely perfect, not even the gemstone. Physically and psychologically, the urge for perfection leads to the expressions into two extremes for Capricorn. On one hand, the Capricorn is the dictator, the monopolist, acquiring all the material goods or goodies or herself or himself, and then controlling their production and distribution like the diamond cartel. Now, Capricorn as well. Capricorn is very interesting. They're so unique. They always make a great supervisor, crew leader, staff leader, or boss. They are always a leader. They're not good followers, but put them in the lead and they are excellent. So that's one thing you got going for you, Ira, as a Capricorn. Well, not one thing, one of the many things you got going for you. Capricorn is always a boss, a leader, and they will always do good in that situation. If if you are Capricorn and you're not working in a position where you're the leader and you feel like you're wasting your time, you're right. Because you should be 99% of the time the Capricorn needs to be the leader. People need to follow them. They're not followers. They like to lead. They like to lead by design and show the way. Yeah. My notes. I was looking through. And sometimes they prefer really not to get involved in mediocre things unless they can be in charge. They can do the planning. They can do the agenda. They can do the whatever needs to be done. Again, the element for Capricorn is the earth. Uh, they are the cardinal, and their ruling planet, believe it or not, is Saturn. And the most common stone for Capricorn is, of course, the ruby. No, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Um, you'll find yourself happier when you're the boss or you're in charge or you are the leader. You'll find yourself down and out when you have to follow somebody. You want to be that person that's in charge. God dog, I'm telling you what to do. Get it done. You don't want the guy coming over and say, well, yeah, I need you. No, you want to hit him. Get out of the way. Let me just take charge. I can do this. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but work, career, sometimes in relationships too, you want to be the boss. You want to have the say, and maybe the final say, about realizing it. And that's Capricorn. I'd like to invite those of you out there, come on in and be part of YouTube. Send me a question. I'll be glad to answer it for you. Now, if you're doing it on YouTube, I'll answer you live, or you can send me an email and I'll send you an email response. Now, today we're talking about December the 27th. Now, tomorrow, the 28th, is my aunt's birthday, the one in the nursing home, so I'll be sure and talk about that as well. But those of you born on the 27th, there is a specialty about you. You like to elevate style to an art, yet are remarkably particular and down to earth. You push that envelope for style, but you're basically just down to earth. And then you come down, and when you achieve your personal aims, where you're trying to get, it's always the result of your hard work, Ira. Your hard work is what gets you there. And sometimes people will hold you back. Friends, family. You sure you want to do that? You sure you want to go that way? You might not do it. You might not make it. Don't listen to it. Be all you can be, as they say. Now, if today's your birthday, I want to say happy birthday to you. And I know yours is coming, Ira, and I'm going to make a big note of that. 7th. And I have a friend, her birthday or his birthday is on the 9th. And another one on the 13th. So I got to remember to shout out to them. Now, when it comes to handling money, hello, everybody. Welcome aboard, Esperanza. Good to see you. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Where'd you go, Ira? You got bumped up. There you are. Want to make sure you're still there. Yes, that's true. That is true. Let me shoot this to you. Although the Capricorn born on the 27th of December can be somewhat conservative. Okay, there you are. Uh, you are known to take risks, whether it be with money or in your job or in trying something new. Sometimes you'll try something even if it has no value, you just want to try it. The combination of this desperate attitudes make these people or make you that are born on the 27th perfect in financial planners, as financial planners. So that's good. It's a good thing. Sometimes, if you were born on the 27th, getting to the top of your profession is a natural goal. It's a natural goal for even for the Sagittarius prior to Capricorn. I'm doing well, Esperanza. I'm glad to have you here today. I'm having a little bit of a slow start. I was out for a week there. I got sick and then had to have surgery. Got another one in January, but they're minor surgeries. But any surgery is not nothing to laugh at, I'm sure. Um, for you that are born on the 27th, your natural goals are usually the ones you're after. And as a Capricorn born on the 27th, you know better than to avoid your goals and to avoid accomplishing them. You want to have that experience of coming out on top. Again, the leader, the jefe, the boss. And those of you born on the 27th you will not ignore the aspects of life around you. You pay close attention, and that's what makes you successful. Okay? Another thing that those of you on the 27th, you're big about family, big about certain things. Thank you. I have somebody trying to call in on me. I'll have to get back to them shortly. Now, I'm a little off because I've got away from it and now I feel a little backwards. But give me time and I'll get back in the swing as it was. There are some things that you should embrace, okay? You, the Capricorn, born on the 27th, you should embrace selectivity. Okay? Embrace your romance. You're big on that romance. Embrace it. Your belief in the future. You can sit back and look toward the future and dream and think about where you want to be and how you want to accomplish it. And you will be successful. Now, the one thing you want to avoid, those of you born on the 27th, avoid foolishness. Foolishness does not go good with you. Avoid temptation, because you tend to make the wrong decision when you just follow temptation. And avoid not paying attention. Inattentiveness, not paying attention. That's another thing you want to avoid. And that is December the 27th. I want to wish all of you born on that day a great big happy birthday. Join me as I applaud you. There you go. Happy birthday. Now, the 27th is coming, and I'll review that just for the end of the program. There was a story that I was going to tell. I make notes. I had some friends tell me I needed to make an agenda, so I made an agenda last night, and can't follow my own agenda. I think it just kind of messes me up. I think I need to go with the flow and just go with it and do like I always do. Trying to follow the agenda seems to confuse me more than anything. I'm putting that booger aside. Let me get my book. There was a story in here. Okay. You know, when I mentioned that sometimes it's kind of like the little boy in the movie Sixth Sense. I see dead people. That's true. Sometimes I see things I don't want to see. Running over my headset port. I want to break it. I guess it was in the late 70s, I want to say, when this took place. Can y'all hear me okay? I was waiting for my mother to get off. She was working for me at the convenience store. She was my night manager, and her car was down. So while waiting to get it repaired, I would stay up, pick her up, and bring her home. And I was still living home at the time, wasn't married yet. And I'd gone out, had supper with a couple of friends. We didn't have no drinks. We just ate and had tea, and I had a good time. And I come home, made sure brothers and sisters ate. It was early. Put them to bed. They had school the next day, so they had to get to bed. Make sure they got to bed. And then I went into the living room. It was still early. It was barely going on 10. So I knew I didn't want to go lay down because if I fell asleep, I'd never wake up. And mother'd wind up trying to find a ride or walking home. So I sit back in the living room sofa, just kind of laid back, stretched out my legs. Had the TV on, the late news. When I heard a sound, an unusual sound, kind of like somebody mumbling to themselves. I wasn't asleep. I wasn't dreaming. That sound. And I looked around. And got up, walked into the kitchen area. Nothing there. Walked down the hallways. Didn't see anything. Went over to the bedrooms. Much as I hated to, I tapped on my sister's room and said, "Are y'all okay?" "Leave us alone," they screamed out. So I shut the door and went down to where my younger brothers were asleep. They were all crashed out, you know. Well, guess it was nothing. But it was a strange mumble, a strange. It's like somebody's talking, but they're talking so slow you can't understand what they're saying. So I went in the kitchen, got me a glass of water, got some ice out of the fridge, and went back into the living room, started watching the late show that was coming on after the news. They would have a movie of some kind. I don't remember what it was. Not laid back on the sofa again, kind of stretched out and drinking my water. Checked the time on my watch. Well, I still got a good hour and 30 minutes. So I started getting into the movie, whatever it was, I don't remember, when I heard that voice again. What in the hell is that? And I turned. And the most ungodliest thing came to me. And it just stood there and stared at me. I'm going to give you a glimpse. I'm not a great artist, but I'll give you a glimpse of what I saw. I'll use my trusty pen here to draw it. All right. Again, I'm not a artiste, but I am going to try to share this with you. A little bit too much ink on the blotter. Okay. Now that I made a big mess. Now, there's a TV show that I watch, and it's a dark hood and a long black veil, and he's carrying a sickle. Now, at 19 years old, I didn't know what the hell that meant, but it was solid black and it had no face, and it walked, but it didn't walk. It just kind of slid across the floor. It stood there, kind of frozen in the kitchen area, and then it moved its way into the dining area. I said, "What in the hell? Now, maybe I should have been afraid, but I was angry. Anger came out of me. And I got up, and I took that water, and I just threw it at it. And there's my princess, my daughter, Amanda. Welcome aboard. I hope you can stick around for a little bit. I know you're probably on lunch break, but welcome. I was talking about, if you just came in, I was talking about something I saw when we lived on Ansley. And this was something I saw. I was about 19. Your grandma was at work. She worked for me at night at the convenience store I worked at, picnic. And I had made sure that brothers and sisters were in bed, and I had stretched out on the sofa because Mom's car broke down, or Grandma's car, and I was going to have to pick her up at midnight when she got off. When I heard a grumbling noise, and I looked up, didn't see anything, looked for it, didn't see it, came back, sat down, brought me a glass of ice water. I sat back down there in the living room and noticed that I still had an hour and a half or so to go to pick up Grandma, my mother. When this appeared. Now, at the age of 19, I had no idea what that was, but he's carrying a sickle. I'm not a great artist, but I just kind of sketched it out real quick. And the hood, and they had no face. And it kind of swooped across the floor and stopped in the kitchen and stared at me. You would have thought that at 19 years old, I'd have been scared shitless. Oh, sorry about that. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. Oh, well. Uh, but it didn't. It actually angered me that something like that would appear to me or in our house. And I knew it had to be no good. So I stood up, and it kind of grumbled. It didn't talk, but it's like somebody talking too slow. And it started to move. And I said, "To hell with you." And I yelled out the Lord's name and asked him to force this whatever out of here. And I threw that water at it. And when I did, it just went faster and went down the hallway. But I did not see where he turned. And excuse me, I had somebody. Hello, Harslow Joe. Hi. Like and subscribe. Okay, hold on a second. I'm in the middle of a story, but I'll get right back to you. Don't go away. So I followed the thing down the hallway. It just like obliterated into the end of the hall, into the wall, which actually went into the closet of my bedroom. So I took off into my bedroom, flipped the lights on, and looked in the closet. There was nothing there. So I went into my brother's room, and thank you, Joe, for being patient. I'll be right with you, okay? So I went into my younger brother's room where brother Jerry and Michael and them were asleep, and flipped the light on. Of course, they got angry at me. They had no idea. Nothing in there. Went back to my sister's room, flipped the light on. I invaded their privacy, but something had come into that house that didn't belong, and I was going to confront it. But when I went into the girls' room, nothing there. So then I thought for a moment, wow, what was that? Where did it go? I stood there in the hallway, and something told me to get another glass of water, so I ran into the kitchen and got a glass full of water and went into my parents' bedroom. Now, Dad was at work. Grandpa was at work. He worked at night. Mother was still at the store. I opened that door, and I said a prayer and asked the Lord to bless that water, make it holy. And I opened the door, flipped the light, Nothing there. Now, I checked the closets. I checked. Oh, okay. I checked the closets and the showers and the restroom and everything. There was nothing there, but there was definitely this particular unusual thing. I'm sorry about my crude drawing and my ink run. I got this beautiful fountain pen from my sister for Christmas. It's so beautiful, complete with ink. So I said a prayer and I asked the Lord to bless that water and make it holy. Asked Him to, the Holy Spirit, and so forth. And I walked around the house and I found out later that that is actually the Grim Reaper. He was looking for somebody, but that somebody was not in my house or our house at that time. However, when he did find him, he took him. It was my grandfather. You. No, that was after my grandfather. I don't believe he took anybody that day. But he was looking for someone. And thank God that they weren't there. But now there's a show that I watched, Dead Like Me, and I saw that. They wear that gown, that cloak, and they carry the weed sickle. So I guess it was the Grim Reaper. Don't know who he was looking for, or if he was just passing through. Or maybe the fight I put up with him ran him off. I don't know. But you see unusual things as time goes. Now I ask you there at Facebook, give me a second. I got somebody on YouTube. How you doing, Joe? Let me see here. Now, Joe, do I have your permission to discuss this live? I cannot respond to you by type. I type like a chicken, pick. Or if you want to send me your email address, I'll send you an email and a response. I would give that person time. It's okay for me to answer you. I would give that person time. Uh, it doesn't seem like you've known this person for a long time. So give them time to respond and get back to you. You don't want to jump in a relationship where you forced yourself because it will not last long. It will not. So if you want to reach out to this person one more time and then back off and let nature take its course, let nature come in. Because if you push the issue, you'll find that if it does become a relationship, it won't last. You want it to flow naturally. You want it to be natural. And you want that person to fall in love with you, I'm sure, naturally, not forcefully. So give it time. I'm not going to say that this person doesn't want to know you at all. And it's quite possible he hadn't even noticed what you sent him or her. Okay? So give it time. God bless, and you'll see. It's going to work out, but give it time and let it work its way out on its own. Don't push down. Okay? Yes, you'll find that he's doing well. I don't sense any danger at this point. If that's what your concern is, just preoccupied with something else. Okay? Annoyed? How are you? How can I help you, Annoyed? Those of you on Facebook, bear with me. I have some people coming in on YouTube. Now, we'll back off from him for now. So back to that story. That was unusual. And by the way, Amanda, that's your Capricorn, the mountain goat. Your mom. Yeah. So many stories to talk about at times, but I promise to keep my show at an hour. Tomorrow's birthday is the 28th. Oh, here we go. Joe, let me add to that. Have you tried a direct phone call instead of a text? Try direct phone call. Again, I don't sense any danger, but I feel that you're quite a ways from where I'm at. Quite a ways. Very long ways. I'm in Texas, San Antonio. Yeah, I would push a little bit and make the phone call. And just to double check. But I think you'll find the person has just been preoccupied with other things and not trying to be ugly, just out there. Okay? And he'll listen. He will listen. He may not be on the same page just yet, but give him time. Okay? Remember, you don't want to push a relationship on someone because it's going to fail. It will come apart. A relationship that's forced together will not last. It's like building a house on blocks made of putty. It's going to collapse no matter what. Okay? But do express your feelings and wait for the answer. But don't be disappointed. Have a blessed day. And please sign up and hit the like button and subscribe. And you can always email me a question at my email address, and I'll be glad to answer you. Okay? Let me know how things work out. God bless. Well, the other newcomer that came in on YouTube never came back. You're more than welcome, Joe. Have a happy New Year, and send me an email. Let me know how you're doing. Well, as I said there on Facebook, my daughter came in, and Esperanza's a long-time follower, her and her husband. I just saw them recently. Hope y'all had a Merry Christmas out there. It's, oh, by the way, Amanda, I just got a phone call. Uncle Otis just got rushed to the hospital. He's having the same symptoms I had back in September, blood pressure. Heart rate bottomed out and oxygen level dropped. So we're waiting to see what's going on there. In fact, she was trying to call me there a while ago. I'm going to have to call her back. It seems like an hour has come pretty quick today. I know my story was short, and I know my beginning was a little rocky. I hope to do better on Wednesday at 1:30. I'll try to come in here a little earlier than that, but I'm going to push for 1:30. Have seems like I get piddling with things, and I want to have my agenda. I did my agenda today, but it's when I try to follow an agenda, it's like I'm not free flowing. I like the free flowing or freelancing and going as I go. I had picked a story to read, and it's in my agenda there, and I forgot what section I wrote it on. I got ahead of the agenda, so I'll have to learn how to use that agenda and follow it. But for all of you, may the Lord bless you and keep you. And if I don't get to talk to you before New Year's, may you have a happy New Year. But I will be back live on YouTube and Facebook Wednesday afternoon, 1:30, God willing. And again on Friday, I'm planning on being on here about 1:30 if nothing changes. God bless. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you, Princess. I appreciate that. I'm glad you could hear me today. Sorry, I didn't get to stay long with you yesterday, but I look forward to where I have time to come up and hang out for a weekend with you there at your beautiful place. And it was great to see Trey. And Ira, thank you for being part of the audience. I don't know if you're still out there, if you've gone to bed. I understand things are you're a long ways down the road there in the Philippines, but thank you for being on the program with me. As soon as I learn how to incorporate everybody, Speranza, Tony, thank you all. Joe on YouTube, and also uh, the other gentleman, I lost him already, but thank you all. God bless, and look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Goodbye. Till then, happy birthday to all of you.